Good afternoon and welcome to the Cross Insurance Arena. Jay Harper along with Carly Introvisato as we get set to bring you Freeport girls playoff action. Today the semifinals. Freeport, the 3 seed, hosting Cape Elizabeth, the 7 seed. And we've moved up to a much larger venue. There is a decent crowd here today, but it seems empty because first game of the day and such a large venue. Freeport and Cape have played this year, a very close game. Cape, the 7 seed, knocked off number 2 Oak Hill in the quarterfinals, 34-26. And Cape, a very defensive team. Freeport beat them 33-30 down in Cape Elizabeth back on January 15th. So this no give me for the Falcons of Freeport, even though they're the much higher seed. And the Falcons return to this venue to play for the second consecutive year. Last year they were matched up against Poland, the 2 and the 3 seeds, and Freeport came away victorious to get to the regional final before bowing out to Lake Region. Right now, Freeport still has hopes of another rematch with Gray New Gloucester, and again, Gray playing Wells later today, which certainly could go either way. Wells is a scrappy, good team. Gray New Gloucester, though, the team that most people fear here in South B, and Freeport with their win the other day over Mountain Valley. Caroline Smith had 20 points and Rachel Wall had 18. Smith didn't have her best shooting game, but boy did she play well. She had about 5-6 steals. She had 4 or 5 assists, really doing everything for the Falcons. And her steal late in the game where she picked the pocket of Riley Sivany and drove down in and made the nice pass to Wall for the bucket and the foul. That was a real clincher and really stemmed the tide of Mountain Valley, who were a game opponent. Sivany, only a sophomore. She is a very talented young player, and Freeport had to try to contain her, and late in the game they started double teaming her a lot. Right now we're getting the non-starters for Cape Elizabeth. Both teams will get the full lineup announced as we did in the quarterfinal. The winner of this game will play Saturday at 1 o'clock. It'll be the first game once again. And now the Falcons will listen in for these young ladies. And now we're set for the starters. And
now the starting lineups. For the Capers, a junior guard, number 2, Carly Chapin.
Chapin had 6 in the loss to Freeport. Breyer had a good floor game the other day. Ingalls, a 5'9" senior. And Smith, again, junior as well, and she has really led this team this year. Harvey's the top scorer. She's had 15 against the Falcons last time. She had 9 against Oak Hill. Her and Berman had 9. Katrina Gould, 6 points in the quarterfinal victory. Did a good job defensively, too. Sailor Wood, number 4 for Cape, and then Mason Baker. Baker didn't have any points, but she had about 10 rebounds, and 6 of them were offensive rebounds. And Wall, as we said, she had a terrific game. 18 points, was dominant inside. Cape doesn't have a lot of size, so Freeport might be able to take advantage in the paint once again with Baker, Wall, and Smith can go down there and post up too. We'll take a break. We'll be back with our opening tip-off in just a moment. Once again, Carly Introvisato back with us on camera today. Jay Harper with you as we get set for this 3-7 seed matchup here in the semifinals. And you look at the two records, not very close. Falcons 15-4, Cape 9-10 now with the win. But Cape has lost a lot of close games. It's been very, very close. And they're a scrappy team. They rely on their defense to hold opponents down and then try to do just enough to score. We'll see what Coach Christine Castrella has in store. She is the coach of Cape Elizabeth. Seth Farrington in his first year with the Freeport girls program and brings this team back to the semifinals, second year in a row. Again, great venue here. We're high above. Good shot. And we're ready for action. Baker able to tip it off and give it to Smith. Cape Elizabeth comes out in a man-to-man defense. Well, maybe now they're playing matchup zone. They go inside, lob. Up and in, Baker. So good start for her today as Freeport up 2-0. Looks like they're playing matchup zone as well. A move on the baseline, traveling called. Called on Berman. 2-0, just underway. 6:57 to play. Gould will bring it up. Go down inside. Smith trying to get it inside, and Wall can't control it. Stolen away there by Chapin. And now Harvey gives it off for Ingles. Inside shot, no good. Rebound taken down by Smith. Smith, long pass down for Wall. Wall tries to go off the glass. Can't convert. She falls to the floor, and Harvey rushes it back up the floor. Sailor Wood, number 4, out on top. Gould on her. They go inside. Turnaround shot. Got it. Allison Ingles, the 5'9" senior captain. And it's 2-2. She's their tallest player, along with Garrity, the two 5'9" players on Cape's roster. Three seconds called inside on Mason Baker. And again, if this game follows suit of the quarterfinal for Cape and the one time they played this year, this will be a low-scoring affair. Shot by Harvey, overshoots it. Breyer pushes it up the floor. Reverses now for Gould. They go inside for Wall. Back out for Gould. Smith will try a 3. No good. Weak side rebound taken down by Berman. And back comes Harvey. Harvey plays the point. She's 5'8", a little bit like Smith, who's a tall point guard. They'll go off the side again. That shot comes up short. Berman misses. Pull up by Smith. No good. Weak side rebound. Gould collects, dribbles back out, goes in for Wall. Wall gets hit, and looks like she'll go to the free throw line. A very slow call there by the official. No rush. 2 shots for Wall. Foul called on Chapin. Groves and Spalding check in for Freeport. Wall makes them both. Excuse me, she makes 1 of 2. No, she did make them both. They're just slow on the scoreboard. I thought she made the first one. 4-2, Freeport up. Drive and a bump, and we'll get a return visit to the free throw line for Cape. Megan Garrity at the free throw line. One out of 2 for her. 4-3. Gould goes through the defense and kicks it back out for Smith. Smith drives. And she'll go to the free throw line. One for 2 for Smith. 5-3. In the game against Oak Hill, the most points Cape allowed in a quarter was 7. They gave up 4 in the first, excuse me. And 7, 7, and 7 in the second, third, and fourth quarters. So Freeport right now with the 4:11 left look to be on an offensive scoring spree here, even though it is still low scoring. Smith knocks it out of bounds. Cape maintains possession. Chapin will inbound it. Cape in the maroon and gold uniforms. Freeport in their home whites, the higher seed. Chapin on the give and go, gets bottled up. No, everyone runs away from her and she puts it in. Both defenders left her. They stopped her dribble. She was looking to pass. Both players went away from her and she just did a step up easy 4-footer. 5-all. Smith holds, goes baseline, gets caught from behind, now double team. She has to kick it out on top. Called traveling on Hannah Spalding. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Wells Great Gloucester game following this one. Robichaux replaces Chapin, who must have had blood on her elbow. They were looking at her arm and she had to check out. So Robichaux enters and Harvey will walk it up. 5-5 with 3:35 to play in the first quarter. Both teams playing combination man zone here. Really disguising it. Harvey for open 3, no good. Loose ball rebound collected and taken away. Wall dribbling from behind. Harvey came in and slapped it away. Robichaux goes in the corner. Ingalls looking in. Now they go out to Harvey. I say last touch by Freeport, but two Cape players collided. It looked like it had to go off one of them. Ingles with it out on top. Nice drive by Groves. Her shot, though, not good. Rebound from behind. Push in the back, called on Cape Elizabeth. Sailor Wood comes back in for Cape. Smith with Harvey on her. Gets a nice screen. They try to go the pick and roll. And now Smith will try it. No good. Wall. The putback. No good. The rebound inside. Taken down by Ingles. And Freeport, again, they only have 5 points, so maybe not headed for a scoring spree because we're already down to 150. 5-5 our score. And Cape very slow and methodical on offense. So far, Freeport pretty much the same, and no team has been able to fast break. Nice move by Harvey. Won't go down. Rebound inside, and we'll get a foul on the reach-in. That's the fourth team foul. Chapin comes back in, replaces Berman. Still 5-5, down to 1:30 now, here in the first quarter. You're watching Freeport's Educational Channel 14, semifinal action here. Girls Class B South. Long pass, and anticipated nicely. Stolen there by Chapin. She goes to work on Groves. Almost stolen back by Smith. Robichaux, nice backdoor cut. Collected there. Harvey does a nice job to get it. And there's going to be a travel. Freeport hasn't scored in over 2.5 minutes. Lindsay Ruthier checks in. Spalding will sit down. We expected a low-scoring game, and we're getting it so far. 5-5, under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Smith's unable to get on track so far. She drives in, shoots. Got mugged, no call. Chapin now on top. Nice move inside. Sailor Wood collects another bucket, and it's 7-5, Cape with the lead. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Smith goes in. Traveling called. Not sure what the referee saw there, if he saw the jump stop. Both feet didn't come down at the same time. So Cape with a 2-point lead and the basketball here as we wind down the first quarter. Tipped out of bounds with 0.4 seconds left. Stolen by Wall, and that will conclude our first quarter play. Cape Elizabeth, though, the 7 seed over the 3 seed Freeport, 7-5. Back with the second quarter here in a moment. Jay Harper, Carly Introversado back with you as we get set for second quarter action. And Freeport only collecting 5 points in that quarter, and Cape Elizabeth keeps their streak alive. They have not allowed more than 7 here in the playoffs. 5, 7, 7, and 7, and now 5 again in their last 5 quarters of play. They only allowed Freeport 33 points the first time they played, and their defense, they're scrappy. They're creating some problems for the Falcons. Caroline Smith only 1 point so far. Ingles will try. That's Sailor Wood, actually. She'll try, but she follows in, gets her own rebound. Somehow collects it again. Almost stolen from her. Long shot, no good. Again, there's Cape on the boards. This is like Freeport yesterday against Mountain Valley. Oh, the 3 rattles in and out for Harvey. And finally, the Falcons grab a rebound. Smith will bring it up. Smith goes underneath. Nice pass. Baker. She sat a lot of that first quarter after she scored her first shot of the game. And maybe there's a reason for that, but her scoring, they could use it right now. Her size underneath. She has 4 points and a nice assist for Smith. 7-7 our score, just underway, second quarter. Semi-final action. Falcons 15-4 and 9-10 Cape Elizabeth. Freeport staying with a man-to-man. Call a foul from behind on Ruthier. Only the second team foul on Freeport. Both teams playing a slow, methodical pace. Harvey pull-up shot, no good, but the rebound, 3 Cape players in, no one there for Freeport. And a circus throw-up shot by Robichaud. And it's 9-7 Cape Elizabeth. And they'll call a bump and a hold inside the paint as Wall was trying to get open in the middle. I believe it'll be on Garrity. Annika Thomas checks in for the first time today, number 11 for Freeport. She has the ball now. Smith in the corner now, being guarded by Harvey. She'll go base, try to kick back out. They anticipate it. Nice steal by Berman. Berman, coast to coast. 11-7. Cape with the lead. And a travel called on Gould. Again, if you just were reading the papers and looking at records, you would think the 3, the 7 seed, the 2 records are vastly different. But when you look at common opponents and you see what they did to Freeport when they played during the regular season, you knew this was going to be a tough, tough game. And so far, Cape is dominating with their defense. Only allowed 7 points. They're up by 4. Harvey, turn around, no good. Rebound by Gould. Gould gives it and gets it back. Wall can't hang on to it, almost collected it, then lost it out of bounds. Another turnover on Freeport. 5:09 to play in the second quarter. Cape with a 11-7 lead, and they have the basketball. Garrity with Smith guarding her. Reverse it to the other side. Chapin goes in the middle. Another nice move. And they called traveling as she made another strong move and finished at the rim. If she wasn't called for traveling, it should have been an and one. Freeport needs some offense. They are struggling. And Wall, who had such a good game last game, unable to get on track here so far. They go into Baker. She's fouled from behind. Mason Baker Schlendering. She has the hyphenated name. We've been hopefully okay with just using the Baker, much easier, but I'll blame that on Carly if it's not. Freeport needs some other shooters to step up. No one else wants to take the shot. Smith's not getting her shot. She's getting doubled and tripled. Well, there's a shot. Gould from the corner, no good, but there's Baker. Good offensive rebound. Smith, three-ball bomb, comes up short. Another rebound. Really, Freeport bottled up by the tough Cape defense. Gould goes in, has to kick it out. They go inside. Baker's got to look for a shot. They find Wall. Got it. They need her to do that. Freeport used that timeout, they're saying. So a timeout on the floor, 4:03 remaining in the second quarter. Freeport with only 9 points. They trail by 2. But it was nice to see Mason Baker Schlendering get her offensive rebounding going again, and she found Wall. Sometimes, though, I think Mason would be better suited if she looked back up at the basket after a rebound. She seemingly always looks right out to the outside to kick it back out. She has 4 points in her height. Again, she keeps the ball over her head. They can't block that shot. She's 6 feet and the tallest Cape player, 5'9", so she's got at least 3 inches on anyone in there. Freeport coming with some full court pressure now, and I think that's a good move here. They need to up tempo this game. They got to do something, either one way or the other. Ooh, almost a traveling there. And now the pull-up shot from the outside, no good, but follow rebound. That's the call that gets to me, is when a player, again, that shot got partially blocked, but then the player for Cape threw the ball out of bounds. Her hand was still on the ball, but they give it to Cape. And again, you got to see the ball all the way through. Yeah, it was blocked at the beginning, but then the player for Cape got control of it and kept shooting it. Smith picks up her dribble. Now she's trapped. Tries to go inside. She finds Wall. Wall kicks it out. Gould thinks about it and doesn't. And a push foul from behind on Harvey. She's going to be careful. That's her second, I believe, and I think that'll put Freeport at the line 1-1. It is her second. I like the move by Coach Farrington to put some full court pressure on. They got to up tempo. Smith can't get it from the foul line. She gets it back. She'll try it again from outside. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Ingles, and Cape will come back. Still leading by 2, 11-9, 3:20 left in the first half. Nice pass in the paint. They kick it out. Shot rattles in and back in. Isabel Berman inside the Wall. Wall gets knocked down. Cape doesn't like the call. But Berman now with 5 points, a coast to coast and a 3. And it's 14-9. Big free throws here for Freeport. They got to start making these. You got to take advantage of the advantage in the fouls. Wall makes the first. Earns the second. 14-10. She gets them both. Big bucket here, and Freeport comes back with their full court pressure. Harvey dribbles through, goes in, and they call a foul. It's on Freeport, not sure who collected it. Cape calls a timeout after Harvey misses her first free throw. 2:43 to play, 14-11. Again, we talked about a low-scoring affair, and we anticipated it. So far, we're getting exactly that. Freeport, with only 5 points in the first quarter, have 6 so far here in the second. Cape, again, in their entire playoff, have only allowed 7 points, the most they've allowed in a quarter. That's quite phenomenal. And again, not size dominant whatsoever. 5'8" and 5'9" are their top big players. Berman, a 5'3" junior who's playing well for them today. Harvey's usually their leader in scoring. She's struggling offensively today, as Smith is too, the two leading scorers for each team. But with this low-scoring affair, Harvey will come back to the line for her second free throw. She makes 1 out of 2, 15-11. And they're going to call an illegal throw-in for Freeport. Berman pulls up, throws it up, no good. Rebound Smith. Smith, a long pass out, looking for Wall. Wall gets it, goes up and in. First fast break bucket of the afternoon for Freeport. 15-13, Falcons down 2. 2:25 to play in the quarter. Harvey looks to go to work. Drives in, nice kiss off the window. 17-13. Wall, turnaround, won't go in. Rebound tipped and goes out to Cape. Freeport has amassed the 7 points. They're up to 8. And we'll have a foul down inside. It'll be on Groves. Freeport looked like the up-tempo was going to start to play a factor, but it's Cape now that's using some up-tempo. Back-to-back. Quick trips up the floor. Ingles makes her first free throw. It's 18-13, a 5-point advantage for Cape Elizabeth. 1 out of 2. Baker Schlendering with the rebound, gives it for Smith. Smith being hounded. Would love to get a third foul. They'll call another blocking foul. And Smith will go back to the free throw line. I think it's a shooting foul. She should have 2. A rattle up and around and goes back in. Breyer comes back in, replaces Spalding. 18-14. Both free throws for Smith. They got to stop the middle. Nobody in the middle. Easy. Oh. Looked like a pretty good block from behind by Wall, but they call the foul. It'll be 2 free throws coming for Berman. Freeport's full court zone defense. They're leaving that middle person wide open. You have to guard that because that ball gets to the middle. The press is broken right there. And Berman continues her hot hand. She's having a good half. Makes them both 20-15. Wall tries to drive in, goes for Smith. And they call a push off on Smith, I believe. That's the 16th foul. Next one will be a bonus for Cape. Freeport will be in the double bonus on the next foul by Cape. Cape already committing 9 personal fouls. Harvey comes back. Cape with a 5-point lead, 20-15. Freeport has scored 10 points in this quarter, which is good news, as Cape had been holding teams under 7 every quarter. But bad news is they've allowed a bundle here to Cape. Harvey trying to dribble through the defense, and she's called for travel. Freeport will get it back. Minute 12 to play in the first half. Again, semifinal matchup here. Falcons trying to get back to the regional final for the 2nd year in a row. Cape trying to take their unlikely 8 and 10, 7 seed going into the playoffs. Now 9 and 10, all the way to the regional finals. Smith working on Harvey. Love to see her get a foul called on Harvey. She's unable to. Harvey with good defense. Cape pushes back. A pass inside, quick turnaround shot. Ingles converts. Got a little lucky with the rim. Smith stays with her dribble, goes up. No foul called. Rebound. Baker kicks out. Reverse. Smith wide open. 3, no good. Baker again the rebound, but she's tackled to the floor. And a jump ball. It'll stay with the Falcons. 22 seconds left, 22-15. Cape with their biggest lead here of 7. And they get Harvey out with their 2 fouls, smart. They go in for Smith. Smith, again, no call. The referee lets that go too. Tipped. They have it. They got time. Smith will have to hurry. Gets it up and in at the buzzer. Big momentum break for the Falcons there. A little fortunate. Smith tipped the ball, and Freeport Gould picked it up, led her to the basket. But after half of basketball, the number 7 seeded Cape Elizabeth Capers lead the Falcons 22-17. We'll take a break. Back with our second half here in just a moment. Welcome back to the Cross Insurance Arena. Jay Harper and Carly Introvisato with you as we get set for second half action. Right now it's Cape Elizabeth riding their unlikely number 7 seed and 9 and 10 record over Freeport, who comes in 15 and 4. They lead 22-17. Good news for Freeport, they finally broke the 7 points allowed that Cape had only allowed 7 or less for every quarter up until that second, where the Falcons scored 12, but they gave up 15 to Cape Elizabeth, and they were outscored 7-5 in the first quarter was Freeport. So they trailed 22-17 as we get set for second half action. Baker Schlendering has had another solid game, 4 points and a handful of rebounds. Smith struggling. She's got 5 points, but she's had a couple of trips in the paint where she's got absolutely mugged and no call. That last exchange right before the half, before they got the steal. She went in, looked like she got hit, knocked to the floor, no call, right in front of both refs. They're letting them play to a degree. Cape did have 9 team fouls. Sailor Wood open, up no good. The rebound fought for, collected by Gould. Gould using her speed, takes it down in, blocked. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Freeport. Kristen Castrella, the coach at Cape, you can hear her yelling instructions down there. The place is filling up a little bit. We'll see a lot of Gray fans now coming in. Gray and Wells play in the next semifinal. They'll play the winner of this one. Turnaround shot inside, no good. And Wood the rebound. Freeport's done a good job on Harvey, but Cape's other players are stepping up. Wall has it ripped out of her hands after she got the rebound. Loose ball on the floor. You would think that could be a crashing foul called on Harvey slamming in there, but it looks like it'll be called. Let's see who. It's called on Baker. The first points of the second half go to Groves. Comes in. Baker Schlendering will sit down. She makes them both. Smith drives baseline. Harvey on her. Shot up, no good. And Cape pushes the tempo. Berman has it go off her foot. It'll go back to Freeport. 24-17. 7 matching the biggest lead of the contest for Cape so far. Freeport led early, but haven't led since being up 5-3. Smith will get to the line this time. And Harvey, that'll be a third. And this will be an interesting scenario to watch, because if Harvey gets into foul trouble, that could really impact Cape Elizabeth's efforts, both because she's playing such good defense on Smith, but also she is their offensive leader, although so far she's just starting to come alive offensively. Berman and Wood have been contributing offensively. Smith makes them both. 24-19. Wood, a nice drive along the baseline. Misses, but fights for her own rebound. Falcons almost tie her up. Don't. Harvey will take it. No good. The long rebound still loose. Freeport picks it up. They got Smith out ahead. Nice pass. Oh, that's actually Wall out ahead, who collects the bucket. Nice pass from Gould. Led her to the basket. Perfect pass. You don't throw it away from the basket. Throw it to the basket. The player will run to the basket, to the ball, and then have the easy layup. Freeport comes back. Gould goes across. Wall triple teamed and called for the travel. Cape does swarm. 24-21. Falcons have closed to within 3, but Cape has the ball again. Tempo picking up a little bit here in the third quarter. Starting to hear the crowd a little more. Again, beautiful venue, huge, big scoreboard in the middle, but tough place to play for kids with the backdrop, nothing behind the baskets. And we have a timeout, Cape Elizabeth. Coach Castrella will use a timeout. Freeport will go over and talk things over. They trail by 3. We said their meeting back in January, the Falcons won that game 33-30. Smith and Wall both had 10 points. They were the leading scorers for Freeport. Groves had 7, Gould 2 in that contest. Brooke Harvey had 15 for Cape. Chapin 6, Berman 5, Ingalls 4. And again, we're seeing a very hard-fought, close battle here. Low scoring to this point, although we're starting to rack up some points. Cape beating Oak Hill, the 2 seed in the quarterfinal matchup. They held Oak Hill to 5, 7, 7, and 7 for a total of 26 points. They won 34-26 in that game. It'll be Cape's basketball. Chapin will inbound. Pretty tough screen down in there, put on by Ingalls. Very deliberate offense. Nice move in. Pull-up jumper, though, won't go. Hard rebound, fought back, no good. Groves the rebound. Cape's fans wanted a call. They didn't get it. Gould goes to the rack. Goes up. She'll draw a foul. Trina Gould, using her speed up the floor, almost converted the three-point play. Freeport trying to get back within 1 here. It'll be the closest they've been in a long time. Gould misses her first. Sailorwood sits down for Cape. One out of 2 for Gould, 24-22. Falcons within 2. It's the closest they've been since trailing 7-5 to end the first quarter. Three ball. Oh, rattles in and out. Smith the rebound. She's got numbers. Cape hustles and gets back. Smith wants it herself. Goes up. Oh, an offensive foul. And wow. Could have gone either way. I missed if that was Harvey who was taking the charge. If it was, that could have been her 4th. But it goes against Smith. Still 24-22. Falcons down 2. Berman drives baseline. Nice pass in the middle, but lost. Long time for the officials to blow their whistle. They finally do. It'll be Freeport on the arrow. Spalding will replace Breyer. Falcons trying to get back even here. Down 2 with the ball. Gould working inside, and the pass looking for Smith, stolen by Harvey. Good side position. She was able to step around and take it away. Harvey going to work, loses it on the floor, collected by Cape. They call a kickball on Rachel Wall. Cape struggling to inbound and just get it in time. Open lane, the shot though won't go in. Nice move by Berman again, but wouldn't fall. Smith pulls up, gets hit on the arm, and makes it. Wow, for a second I didn't think they were going to call the foul. and went in anyway. Now she'll get one free throw and try to put Freeport back on top for the first time since very early in this game. 24 all now. She comes up short on the free throw. She's been missing short a lot, but Freeport taps it out, keeps possession. Berman scrambles to get back in on defense as she was down the court trying to sneak away. Inside. You could hear Coach Castrella calling for 3 seconds, and either the referee heard her or he realized it too, but Groves called for the 3 seconds as she got the ball inside the paint. 24-24, 2:50 to play in the third quarter. Jay Harper here with you as we bring you semifinal basketball action here on Freeport's Educational Channel 14. Garrity with it on top. And now they'll go to Harvey. Harvey trying to go to work on Gould. Gould's done a nice job keeping her in check. Cape set some nice hard picks, that's for sure. Nice step-in move and finish for Garrity. That was a big-time move. Smith dribbles back. She'll get double-teamed. They rotate around for Spalding. Spalding reverses. They go back for Smith. Smith pulls up. She'll come up short. Inside rebound. Groves couldn't grab it. I was going to say it should be time for Baker Schlendering to come back in, and she does. Need her defense and rebounding. She had 4 points in the first half. Could use some more scoring too. 26-24, Cape with the ball and a 2-point lead. Shot no good. Weak side rebound. Gould. Gould pushing. Got Wall down there. Tough pass in traffic. No foul and goes out of bounds. Lost by Rachel Wall. Minute 42 to play in the third quarter. Trip to the regional final in store for one of these two teams. Will it be the 7th seeded 9 and 10 Cape Elizabeth Capers or the 15 and 4 3 seed Freeport Falcons? Don't always know about that call. It looked like she put the ball on the floor at the same time she lifted her back foot. They call her for traveling, and Freeport will take over on the turnover. Trailing by 2. Gould and Smith have been out there the entire contest. They go in for Smith. She'll get triple teamed right away, and they'll call a jump ball. Again, once the ball goes to Smith, the rest of Cape's defense comes quick. It's like throwing bait in the water around a bunch of sharks. They're coming. They tie up Smith, and Arrow favors them. They get the ball. Leading by 2. Harvey goes off on the wing for Sailor Wood. Wood tries to drive, has to kick it out. Long 3 from Harvey, no good. Long rebound though, collected by Cape. Garrity, she shouldn't have had a dribble. She gets blocked in there. They go for Gould. Gould has wheels, looking for Smith. Actually, it was not Smith. That was Wall. Rachel Wall runs the floor well. She gets up and down. Groves comes back in. Baker sits down. They say not a shooting foul. It looked like she was trying to shoot. Smith triple teamed again, has to kick it back out. Nice move by Gould. Up and in, count it. Freeport needs other players to step up and do some scoring. They are just hounding Caroline Smith. And right there, Gould with a strong move to the basket, took the bump, and her shot from about 4 feet away rolled around and back in. We're tied at 26. Another chance for Falcons to take the lead. She had an opportunity earlier. Only made one of the 2 free throws. Nope, can't make it again. Freeport fights for it, but Wood the rebound for Cape. We're back tied at 26, under 30 seconds to play in the quarter. Freeport has battled back here in this third quarter. Freeport bench clapping, encouraging their defense. Chapin with it. Smith on her. Harvey goes, kicks for Chapin. Harvey's going to drive in, floater. No good. Rebound, though, taken by Garrity. Garrity shoots. They call a foul on Garrity. Garrity pushing off. So they go up top for Smith. Smith has enough time to try to get it off. Comes up well short. 3 quarters of play completed here in Portland from the Cross Insurance Arena. Our score, Freeport 26, Cape Elizabeth 26. We're set for a big 4th quarter of play here, and Freeport really able to come back in that quarter, assert themselves. They scored 11 and held Cape to only 4 points. So a big swing there as we are now knotted at 26. Somebody is fighting hard to try to earn a trip to the regional final that'll be played here Saturday. Look at the big screen. We got some good dancing up there. Freeport has struggled from the free throw line today, and that's never a good thing, and this could cost them because they've missed 4 or 5, and Smith missed on her 3-point play, tried to take the lead, and Gould just did herself both times with a big bucket and one unable to convert. But Freeport outscoring Cape 11-4 in that third quarter, and they have the basketball to start the 4th. 26-26 between the 3 and the 7 seeds as they fight for a chance to get to the regional finals. Winner of Wells, Greater Gloucester game next. Smith finds inside, another extra pass. Wall goes up, can't convert. She had good positioning, but couldn't get her arm angle in the right direction. Missed a golden opportunity. Freeport unable to regain the lead that they had very early in this contest. They've tied it up now 3 times here in the second half, but unable to get the go-ahead bucket. Nice move there, beauty. Chapin misses a shot, kicks it out for Wood. Wood misses. Rebound Smith. They got numbers. Wall's running the floor again. Wall converts, goes over. Smith steps up and under. No call, and then another hack. And that'll be, I believe, on Ingles, and it'll put Wall to the free throw line. So another chance here for Freeport to take the lead. Let's see what Wall does here from the charity stripe. Freeport has the lead again, 27-26. 7:11 remaining in the 4th quarter. One out of 2. Rebound Ingles. All possessions will be huge as we come down the stretch. Berman pulls up, takes an awkward shot, gets a very fortunate roll. Shot at lefty and somehow was able to get Glass to go in. Berman gives Cape the lead back. She's made a couple of big buckets today. Smith off a nice screen, had plenty of time to take the shot, missed it. And now Harvey trying to push tempo. She'll pull up a dribble, Wall covering her. A long shot, open, no good. Rebound inside. Freeport not paying attention. Harvey will try a 3, got it. Lead back to 4 for Cape Elizabeth. Smith will drive, kicks inside. Late whistle, but they'll get a foul called. I think Smith's got to keep driving on Harvey and try to draw a foul on her. She has 3 personals, but she had 3 way back in the beginning moments of the third quarter. Freeport missed a couple of chances there to get the rebound and gave up offensive rebounds, and the nice kick out for Harvey, wide open, and she's able to nail the 3. Again, free throws, an issue for the Falcons. Wall misses the first. Six minutes, 8 seconds still to play here in the fourth quarter. Both free throws missed. Falcons not able to consistently make the free throws today, and again, a close game, that can really be a factor. Cape not getting to the line. Freeport's getting to the line. They're just not converting. Good range inside, but unable. Smith trying to go coast to coast. Comes in, gets hit, and goes. All right, let's see who they call it on. If it's on Harvey, it'll be her 4th. 2 players were there. They called it on Garrity. That's good news for Cape Elizabeth. Smith pulls her team within 1, and Coach Farrington of Freeport will use a timeout. 5:46 to play, and Cape went on a little run after Freeport took a 1-point lead. They went on a 5-0 run. Freeport's answered back with 3 straight, and now back within 1. That's 31-30, Cape Elizabeth. And Coach Farrington wanted to discuss things. Both teams scrapping every way possible, and Freeport a little tired on the boards, gave up a couple of offensive rebounds, and that cost them as Ingalls was able to get the rebound, kick it out to Harvey, who sat all by herself at the 3-point line. She buried that. Both Smith and Harvey, the 2 leading scorers of these 2 teams, have struggled today, but when it gets down to the end, they're the ones making the big plays. Smith working oh so hard to get her shots off and find time. She's had 2 and 1s here in the second half. Both teams' crowds trying to pump up their players down below. A trip to the regional finals. Hanging in the balance, 31-30, Cape Elizabeth with the lead and the basketball. Gould covering Harvey. They find Garrity. Baker coming out to play her. Garrity, nice quick move around her. Goes up and in. Wow, good fake and first step. Blew right by Baker. Gould, a nice move. Goes in, finds Baker. Baker answers. Big bucket there for Baker Schlendering to answer back. It's 33-32. Last time these 2 teams played, it was 33-30 final for Freeport. A lot of people thought that was a fluke, but you can see Cape Elizabeth, they've come together at the right time. They're playing hard and well. Harvey's going to try another one. Gould gave her a little bit of room. She decided to pop. She's feeling it. Smith has to give it off. Gets it back. She'll try a 3. No good. Baker the rebound, though. Smith rolls in the paint, goes up, gets a friendly roll. Another timeout. Wow. Coach Farrington uses another. See how many timeouts he has left. I believe that was his 3rd taken. It's now 36-34. Cape with a 2-point lead, and Timeout on the floor, and again, Smith working oh so hard as she has to fight for every shot. She had a good look at a 3, but then again, Baker Schlendering, offensive rebounds, a bucket. She's played very well today, and she's sharing time with Groves. They're kind of 2 minutes each, 2 in, 2 out, and it's been a nice run. Right, Cape Elizabeth, Harvey starting to warm up. And again, she had 15 against Freeport last time, and she struggled here in the first half, but second half she's finding her game. 2 big threes here in the second half, and she's been able to stay out of foul trouble. 4:28 remaining here in regulation, we'll have to say that. Potential overtime setting up here. 36-34, Cape leads by 2. They have the basketball. Harvey gets around the screen, wide open. Chapin takes the shot, no good. Weak side rebound, Smith. She'll slow it up as the defense picks her up. Harvey is on her. See if she can go to work on Harvey. She goes into the paint. They quickly double her. They have to reverse it out. Gould now looking. And find Groves out on top. Goes for Smith. Smith driving. Goes up. And a blocking foul. Smith will go back to the line. Huge free throws coming for Caroline Smith, the junior. And again, you saw Harvey that time let her go when she went by her and didn't keep playing defense and let the below person pick her up. And that's where the foul occurred. Harvey with 3 fouls, trying to be smart. Smith makes her first. We're tied again. She makes them both. Clutch free throws there for Caroline Smith. 36-36. Still a lot of basketball to be played. 3:45 and counting. Harvey will take another bomb. This time no good. Rebound inside Garrity. Garrity tied up. And they call a foul on the arm underneath. It'll be on Smith, I believe. Looked like she had ball. That's Smith's third. Breyer comes back in, replace Spalding. 36 all. Cape with the inbound here. Cape's done a good job on the offensive board today, getting a lot of rebounds. Breyer gets the rebound. She's triple teamed. Nicely kicks it out. Gould will run. Cape tries to get back. Gould weaves through. And they kick it back out. Across. Stolen by Harvey. Breyer goes in. She collects. Harvey able to make with Breyer closing in on her. Breyer went after her, but no foul called. The bucket scored. Big play there. Still over 3 minutes to play. Crowd starting to get into this. A tough thing for Freeport. There's only a couple of players that'll shoot on their roster. Smith, one of them. She goes inside, can't convert. Chapin, the rebound. No, Berman. 5'3" in the trees. Long pass up, stolen by the Falcons. Wall comes back. Harvey gets back with her. Missed. Rebound, Smith. Missed. 2 players down. No call. Falcons missed 2 layups inside. Both Wall and Smith couldn't convert. And Cape with a 2-point lead and the basketball. They can use some clock now. You got to start looking at fouls. Freeport only has 3 team fouls. Freeport's going to have to take some chances here. Oh, that was a carry. Carry on Cape Elizabeth. (38-36). 2-point lead for Cape. Freeport with the ball. Freeport had a nice steal themselves. Wall stole it, missed her layup. Smith got the rebound, missed the putback. Again, timeout called by Seth Farrington seeing Freeport kind of in a little bit of trouble there. Smith was down. And Freeport now has 1 timeout left. Cape Elizabeth has 3 left. Cape's committed 10 fouls, so double bonus for Freeport. Freeport only 3 fouls, and sometimes that's comes back to haunt you because you need to put the other team on the line and you can't get to the 7 fouls. You have to make a lot of fouls. If I was Coach Farrington right now, I'd be telling his girls on defense, as long as it's not Smith, I'm going to gamble after the ball and not worry about fouling, especially if it's not a shooting foul. And collect a few fouls to get close to that 7 mark. So if you need to foul, you can. 3 team fouls. I got 3 to give before the bonus situation. Cape Elizabeth's gritty defensive style, not afraid to foul. They are aggressive, and they're, again, the offensive rebounding today for them has been huge. They have done a great job on the offensive glass and really put Freeport in a lot of tough positions because of that. Freeport will get it underneath their basket. Trying to set up a play here. Let's see what they're looking for. No one's coming open. They got to get it in. Shot comes up way short. Wall took it. Short-armed it. And now Cape with the ball and the 2-point lead. And again, Freeport can be aggressive here. Smith has 3 fouls. You don't want her to collect her 4th. And now Cape will use a timeout. Coach Castrella down there. She's coached for Cape for a long time now. I don't know how many years, but crazy game. Sure is. But she is poised to try to lead her team to the regional final. And finish the regular season 8-10. Got the 7 seed, avoided the prelim game and knocked off number 2 Oak Hill on Tuesday. And now are just a minute 50 away from doing the same to the 3 seed. Freeport hoping that's not the case. Cape, though, has the ball. Freeport, again, can and should be aggressive, looking to try to double and steal. Don't worry about fouling on top. Smith's the only one you don't want to foul. She's covering Chapin. Chapin drives. Smith's got to be careful as there. They leave a all alone, quick across. Garrity got hit, no call. Got hit again. And it'll be on Wall. She got fouled on the first attempt. Ref didn't see it, but she got her ball right back and able to go back up. Good pass by Berman, finding Garrity open underneath. Quick zip pass, too. Cape hasn't taken many free throws today. And certainly these are clutch, but now still a 1-possession game. Even if she makes it, you of course need the 3. Doesn't make it, but there's Cape on the rebound. And the putback. And a jump ball. Oh my, not sure I saw that. Looked like a foul. Cape keeps possession though. But again, Freeport boys lost in the playoffs to Cape Elizabeth because of their inability to rebound off missed free throws. 3 in a row near the end of the game cost. And then a turnover, stolen. Gould speed, Harvey getting back. Gould up and in. We're tied. Gould lacing down. Harvey didn't go after her. Afraid to pick up her 4th. She drives back, oh my. She slices and dices Freeport's defense and scores 40-38. Smith drive baseline, tries it, doesn't get it. Loose ball inside. Falcons have it. Tied up, jump ball. It'll go back to Freeport. Freeport only has 1 timeout, so Coach Farrington doesn't want to use it with 51 seconds. They got to line something, get the ball in. 2-point lead for Cape. They go up top, Wall, back in for Smith. She gets pounded. Turn around, got it. She'll get 2 free throws because they're in the double bonus now. The whistle did blow right as she caught it. And it was a good whistle because she was fouled before she shot it. Big free throws here for Smith. She makes her first. (40-39). Wow, she made them both. What a clutch player, Caroline Smith. She's made her last 4, and we're tied at 40 with 49.3 seconds left. We have certainly broken the scoring bubble. That was Cape Elizabeth defense. But right now, it's anyone's game, and it has been such a hard-fought game. Very, very physical contest. Cape's defense, it's there, but Freeport, their will to win is huge. Gould, an amazing steal and went coast to coast. She does it on the soccer field. She can do it on the basketball courts as well. And that was a huge bucket. And then you saw the answer from Harvey. She just blew through the defense, and a tough angled layup that she made after she split 2 defenders. Let's see what Freeport will do here defensively. They're going to not press. 49.3, still a ton of time. But again, the foul situation, double bonus for Freeport. Only 4 fouls on Freeport. They can afford to be aggressive. And again, the give and go, they're looking for Harvey. Cape being smart, not over-rushing here. They can hold to the end if they want. And Freeport, again, they have fouls to give. I would really look to be aggressive if it's somebody other than Smith. I wouldn't want her in case you got to go to overtime. Anybody else, I would say, get up. Go for the ball. Gamble. Right now, they're holding Chapin out on top because Baker's covering her. Baker's got to get out on her. She goes through. We're down to 9 seconds. Tough shot. Fired up. No good. Rebound. Loose. Last touched. They say Freeport touched it. 2.7 left. Cape will use a timeout. 60-second timeout. We'll keep it here. It's 40-40. Cape now with 2.7 seconds left. They got the shot off. A tough one. Good no call by the officials. There was a little bit of contact in there, but it looked like both players were in their right to be there. Offensive player jumping in a little bit to the defensive player. Rebound came free. 2 players battled for it. But they say last touch by Freeport. Hard to tell. Both hands were going at the ball. But Cape Elizabeth able to still have the last chance, it looks like here. It would be very hard for Freeport to steal and get a quality shot off. Do you put Baker Schlendering on the person taking the ball out and try to use her size to... She comes out with Smith, Wall, Spalding. And Gould with 5 players. You got Chapin, Ingalls, Saylor, Harvey. Let's see who takes the ball out. Looks like it's Chapin. And they're not putting any pressure on her. A big push off for Harvey. They throw it out on top. She's going to get a look. Wide open 3. No good. And we're going to overtime. We'll take a break. Back with our overtime here in just a minute. Welcome back to the Cross Insurance Arena. Jay Harper, Carly Introversado with you here on Freeport's Educational Channel 14. And this has been a very, very good contest, to say the least. Not the prettiest offensively, but both teams with grit and determination, and their stars are stepping up when it matters most. Smith and Harvey. Harvey had a great look. She got away with a push-off when she got open for the inbounds play and had enough space to take that 3. It was a deep one, but she back-rimmed it, almost knocked it in. Smith made 4 consecutive free throws down the stretch to tie this game up. Gould also had a big steal and layup. Both Smith and Harvey have 3 fouls on them. Freeport still with only 4 personal fouls. Cape Elizabeth 10. I'm pretty sure that carries over into the overtime. So Freeport, again, automatic 2 if they're fouled. Cape still not to the 1-and-1 yet. Freeport has 2 fouls to give. Again, scoring in that quarter was pretty strong. Cape outscoring Freeport in that one. Smith off the tip, tries to go up, passes inside actually, and Baker Schlendering with the first bucket. She now has 8 points and won the tip and got in there for the shot. Harvey right back in, no good. Loose ball rebound taken. Freeport with the ball and a 2-point lead, 42-40. Actually, that quarter was 14-14. Both teams scored 14 in the fourth. And Freeport now can be deliberate. And again, trying to get Smith a look. I get Smith. Again, Harvey covering. Here comes a screen. Fakes the screen and kicks it back out. Gould will go back for Smith. Gets a screen. Freeport, first time they've been able to really take their time in a possession. And right now, again, trying to find an opportunity for Smith. She gets baseline, trapped in, kicks it out. They reverse it out again. Down to 2:42 to play in overtime. Started with 4 minutes. Smith goes left, gets a screen, gets trapped. Kicks it way out on top. Gould resets. Dangerous pass there. They get it back for Smith. We're down to 2:15. Another screen. They leave her open. Shot short. Rebound, though, by Baker Schlendering. And Freeport will reset again. Nice pass in. They kick back out. That's not the shot they want. Spalding goes back for Gould. Gould reverse it around. We're under 2 minutes. Smith double teamed. They fouled her. They foul Smith with 1:51 to play. Automatic 2 here. Coach Farrington has used this, pulling all the girls out when they shoot foul shots. I don't like that. I want 2 girls in there. In case I miss, I want a chance for a rebound. And now Smith missed a free throw. She was so clutch when they needed it the most. But there, she comes up short again. When she's missed today, it's been short. Her shot and her free throws. Big free throw coming for her. She can at least force Cape to have to hit a 3 to tie him back up. Right now, that timeout used by Cape. Each team has 1, although I think when you go to overtime, you get an extra timeout. So they should both have 2 timeouts still. Huge free throw. And again, like I said, it's coach's prerogative, but I like having someone in there. I don't even care if it's my 2 guards. And just in case you get a quirky bounce, why wouldn't you want someone in there? And we saw what Cape Elizabeth boys did to the Freeport boys, and we saw the huge rebound at the end of this one when Cape got an offensive rebound off a missed free throw. 42-40, 1 free throw here for Smith, and a chance to put the Falcons up 3. She does. Again, when you make the free throw, it doesn't matter if you got anyone in there or not. That's a moot point. But now, Cape Elizabeth, let's see if they try to set Harvey up for a 3, or will they realize there's a lot of game to play and keep working. Harvey trying to work it. Dribbles in, Gould covering her. They go back on top. And now, a nice drive on the baseline. Baseline runner, no good. Loose ball rebound. Wall gets it. Freeport now comes back off for Smith. That's who you wanted in her hands. She's got to try to dribble and drive. Ooh, Coach Farrington using a timeout. Minute 10. He says their final timeout, but I'm pretty sure they each get an extra timeout with overtime. And it's a full timeout. A minute 10 remaining. Freeport up 43-40 and the basketball. What you want here, obviously, is to try to keep the ball in Smith's hand as much as possible. She's the girl you want going to the free throw line. And, of course, Cape knows that. They're not going to try to foul her, but they certainly are going to put pressure on. It's big moments here for both Gould and Spalding, who have been handling the ball a lot. Baker Schlendering has done a nice job when she's handled it out there. And, again, she's been huge in this game as a freshman, stepping up and playing quality minutes, big rebounds, 8 points. And Wall really struggling offensively today. And it's been Mason Baker who has given that extra inside pop that they needed. A lot of game to be still played. Obviously, a one-possession game with only a 3-point lead. Cape's going to force the issue here. Can they sneak someone deep? Let's see if Wall can fake and go in. Now Cape backs off. A lot of pushing and pulling. They get it in. And now give it to Smith. Smith loses a dribble. Finds Wall. Wall reverses. They get it back to her. Under a minute now. Smith has to try to dribble in more. Her and Gould do a nice job at working together. Smith fakes, drives in, kicks for Wall. Nice little triangle. Smith's got to dribble away again, and they call for the foul. And it's on Harvey. I believe that's her fourth. So Smith now, again, big free throws coming for the junior. 43.3 seconds remaining here in our first overtime. No, it is the fifth on Harvey. So Harvey's fifth foul committed on that one, and that's just a cardinal sin. You got four. You can't be the one fouling out there. And again, they're just trying to put pressure. And now a two-possession game. Here a screen from off to the right. We brought our assistant daughter, Jamison Harper, and a friend. They're excited. They're into this Freeport run. Smith gets them both to go. 45-40, 40 seconds left. Harvey not in the game now. And Chapin with Smith on her. Berman for open three, comes up short. Rebound tipped and touched. Last touch by Freeport. That could have been it right there if Baker Schlendering could have come up with it. Cape still not out of it. Berman tried the three. Berman trying to get open. Gould covering her. They come into her. The ball skips off her fingers. And Gould tips and steals. Katrina Gould finds underneath. Open Wall. Bucket. The lead is 7. This baby's over. The Falcons will go to the regional finals once again. 2 years in a row. Sailor Wood inside. Drains it. It's going to be too little, too late. 5 seconds. Smith gets hit, knocked backwards. They call the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2 more. Victory time now for the Falcons of Freeport. What a great finish for these ladies of Freeport. Hung in there, managed to tie the game up. Cape had 2 chances to win it in regulation, and then Freeport is absolutely dominated here in overtime. And what a play by Gould. Ruth here comes in and gives Gould a chance to get celebrated. What a steal. Then the pass over for Wall. What a gutsy performance here today by the Lady Falcons. And you got to hand it to Cape Elizabeth. They have been outstanding. A 7 seed coming in here and giving everything they had to the Falcons and nearly had themselves a trip to the regional final. You feel for them because you know they worked so hard, and certainly it was within their grasp, but Freeport wouldn't say die. And Smith making the free throws down the stretch. She'll sit down. Thomas comes in to replace her, and when you look at the box score at the end, she's going to have a ton of points once again. Cape did a great job on her, but you can't keep great players down for an entire game, and man, did she bring it. Free throw shooting, and the final shot, and that's going to do it. The Falcons win 49-42, outscoring Cape 9-2 in that overtime. 9-2, and just an amazing performance. And again, Gould, Wall, and Smith, all a huge part of it. And Baker Schlendering had a great game today, too. The freshman really stepping up. And congratulations to Seth Farrington and these Lady Falcons. They'll be back here Saturday, 1 o'clock. And we're pretty pumped for them and you can't say enough good things about Cape Elizabeth. Harvey fouling out with 40 seconds left in overtime. And again, she was just they were trying to put pressure on two players there. It should have been the other player fouling her to keep her in the game, at least again. It wouldn't have mattered because Smith made the free throws, but she was a three-point shooter. She had 2 big threes, and a terrific player for Cape as Freeport runs off. Our next game coming up is, again, Wells, Greater Gloucester. They'll play the winner of this game, will Freeport. For my camera person, Carly Introversado, I'm Jay Harper saying so long. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.